Seizures are a scary thing, especially if you've never seen one before in a reptile. Now, it's scary enough in, when it happens to humans and we're sitting there helpless. And it's even more so when it's a little tiny reptile and it literally is seizing in your very hands and you don't know what to do. I'm James and you are watching Blue Dog Reptiles here. Now, we were going to do a care guide, but this situation actually changed the video I was going to put out today. As you can see, he's doing a little bit better. This is our green basilisk. He's 9 grams, and he had 2 seizures yesterday. Hence why he has, I know it says he just arrived, but it's just a quarantine tag. Now, thankfully, we actually had our exotic vet, Dr. Merkwan, in here yesterday. Now, Doc was just doing a routine on a couple of our animals. We have he was doing checkups on our 2 false chameleons here. They're a little underweight, but they did just come in, so I was just getting Doc's thoughts on it, on what to do, and we just need to up their food. And then we were also figuring out the genders of the 2 in here. And so, yeah, that was the main reason Doc was here. Well, I was like, well, Doc, while you're here, can you check on our green basilisk? Now, our green basilisk used to be down in an 8x8x12. And you're like, well, James, that's way too small. Well, when I ordered the basilisk, it said captive bred, and I was expecting an adult. Did I get an adult? No. I got a hatchling. I was beyond pissed with our vendor. I'm like, first off, that is completely irresponsible to send a hatchling through the mail. The stress alone can kill them. And so we're like, you know what, we'll make do with it. We set them up in a little tiny 8x8x12, lots of coverage. But the thing is, we had put feeders in there like mealworms and crickets and fruit flies, but I hadn't really seen them eat. And so I was like, well, Doc, while you're here, can you check him out? Yeah, not a problem. So we reached in and pulled him out. And what happened next actually kind of scared me because I didn't know what to do. Thankfully, we had Doc here. But what happened was the second he was picked up, he started seizing. His body went rigid. His legs, tail, and head were kind of like twitching. We ended up setting him down in a container because Doc's like, well, is it just him fighting or is it him actually seizing? And we need to evaluate him. So what we did was we set him down in the container. He kind of stabilized out, and then he was fine. And so I was like, okay, what do we do? This is not like the mountain horn lizard here that's of decent size that you could actually draw blood from. Oh, I see you're shedding. Or the Cuban false chameleon here that has enough size to take blood. Or even a full-size Mexican black king snake, which props to you guys. You guys came up with so many amazing names, and we are going to announce the name we chose on Monday. So make sure to tune into that video. But anyway, at 9 grams, it's almost impossible to draw blood safely from a baby. Now, we did check. He is a good weight. He has been eating, but it begs the question as to why he had the seizure. Now, I was like, well, he's big enough. We're going to move him from the 8x8x12 up into a 12x12x18 until he gets a little bit more size on him. And then we'll eventually move him up into a 36x18x24. And then if he stays with me long enough, then realistically, I want to put him up in our front paludarium. But who knows if he'll stay. I mean, I didn't think I was going to keep this girly, but look at her. She's getting big, and I can't get an accurate measurement on her because she likes to go hide down there. And as you can see, she kills the plants repeatedly. So I think after these plants die, we're going to pull them and just put fake plants in because she's not nice to plants. Anyway, so we moved the Basilisk up into the 12 by 12 by 18. We put a quarantine tag on it. And you're like, well, James, it just says it just arrived. No, we've actually had this Basilisk a few months. This is just my indication that this animal's under quarantine. Now, there are a couple of different types of seizures that a reptile can have. But because it's so small, we had no idea which. So we were like, is it environmental? Is it stress? Is it, you know, what could be causing this seizure? And it could be just an isolated incident. Now, the problem too is trying to give medication to a lizard that small. Now, so we set him up. We're like, okay, we're just gonna put him under observation, see how he's doing. About 2 hours after Doc left, he started seizing again. He was up on the branch here. Thankfully, he didn't fall, but he was, you could see like his head was very rigid, and then like his legs were twitching and his tail was twitching, and then he kind of snapped out of it and then jumped on the background and was being a basilisk, being just fine and dandy and no apparent issues. So it kind of makes us wonder what's going on with them. If it's, I think it might have some like stress, because like since he's a baby, I don't handle my babies, especially when they're that tiny and they're hatchlings. The stress alone can kill them, and so we try to minimize how much we interact with babies until they're a little bit bigger, and then we do start working with them and handling and whatnot. So it makes me wonder if, because he had never been handled, if the stress alone of just being picked up was enough to cause him to have a seizure. We can't see you when you hide like that. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments, and I will definitely keep you guys updated on his condition. And Doc and I are going to try to figure out some things and go from there. You can tell, I'm sorry about like the quality, but we don't want to open up the door, because if I open up the door, A, he's a very fast lizard. These guys are nicknamed Jesus lizards for a reason. They can actually run on water. But B, we don't want to stress him out, and so we're minimizing how much this door is actually open. Obviously, we will open it to feed and water him, but that's it. We're also going to put up a cover over the front of this door, because we do have so many people come through here. We want to minimize how much exposure he gets until we figure out what's going on with him, because the last thing we want is for him to pass away, and so we're taking all the precautions we can. So with that being said, guys, thank you to all the new subscribers. You guys are amazing, and we love you very much. Let us know what you guys think in the comments down below. Have you ever had a vendor send you something that you weren't expecting, like a hatchling? That still angers me. Anyway, if you haven't subscribed already, please consider doing so. We greatly appreciate it. It really helps out the channel. And share with your friends and family. We'll put the like and a couple other videos here at the end of the video, so you guys can check out more videos, share them with your friends. Remember, guys, we are putting new videos out every Monday and Friday now, and we have some amazing ones in store for you. So with that being said, guys, thanks so much for watching, and we will see you next time.